Yeah. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Week 4, Match 1 of the Persona 4 Kickstart League. And I'm here joined by Jazz Hands.
What up, y'all? Well, they're starting.
Yeah, well, we're getting right into it.
Getting right into it. We've got Team Dark Horse versus Team...
I'm on a mission.
3 Juness employees. Our first match of the night is going to be Jaxis versus who's playing? Kirojin.
Yeah,
Kirojin looks like she's going to play He's going to play Labris? I haven't seen Labris in this league at all yet.
Yeah. Someone did say that someone on this team had a hidden Aegis they were hiding. Guess it was Kirojin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I say Aegis on accident because I don't know how to pronounce words.
I say Aegis because I played the game.
Yeah, it's been so long since... It's been so long.
Persona 3 is good, y'all. It's got problems, but it's good.
It's really
So from
good.
what we've seen, Jaxis' gameplay has been very neutral heavy, very good at putting pressure on. Just his knowledge of the game is very solid. So this will be interesting because we have not seen Kirojin play his character at all yet.
Yep.
Very strong start from AJ right there.
Yep. Getting anti-air, getting corner combo. Ooh, the counter hit making the grab not work. Air to
Still
air.
able to get a little bit of space out of the corner there.
Yep. Throw. It's going for a safe jump. Burst. In Awakening.
Kirojin
Definitely
already
good.
in Awakening, unfortunately, but the burst does make the Awakening last a lot longer here. Only one Persona card left, though. Ooh, the air grab. Solid.
Yep.
Not able to convert off that stray hit, though, but there it is.
Yeah.
There's round 1 going for Jaxis. Come in. I don't know much about Aegis. You're going to have to fill us in on that.
Gonna be honest, all I really know is they have a lot of bullet moves and that meter that turns them into Orgia mode, which I don't really know what that means.
I want to say, I remember looking into this a little bit. It makes Aegis powered up, but only for a limited time, and when it runs out, she is weaker. Jaxis, once again, taking command over the center of the stage, just pushing Kirojin into the corner here.
Yep. Roll.
Ooh, the roll to get past that grab there.
Also DP? Yeah.
Barely
Pretty
catches
smart
on the corner of the
movement.
Furious action.
Ah, yeah. Just sending the super, seeing them doing something.
You know, the full screen super is the perfect answer to that projectile, and going to secure round 1 for Jaxis here.
Yeah. When you have the meter to spend and you see them do something very punishable, just say, full screen laser.
I don't want to neutral.
You have committed
Who's
dying.
Scout? Did you make an open room?
No, there should be. No, I think Scout's Sago or Spiegel or someone.
Okay, that's fine then.
Leave it to me.
Yeah.
All right, round 2.
I do know Aegis, I think in Orgia mode, has a hover dash, like, you know, from Guilty Gear.
Yes. I believe Aegis in Orgia mode is the only character that can backdash immediately on Wake Up as well.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know about that one. Yeah, so Aegis, complete mystery to me. I'm still thinking about her,
I wonder why.
what is it? Blaze Blue cross tag battle moveset.
Very different character. All right, looks like Kirojin's putting up a little bit more of an offense right from round start here. Gets the first attack. Just
Yeah, a lot of
stray jabs,
offensive
that's
air
all we're
dashing.
seeing.
Ooh, not blocking the low. Too used to the safe jumps. Oh yeah, just
Ooh,
2B.
unfortunately, a side swap might backfire here, putting Kirojin right into the corner. Gets the all-out attack, though. Not able
No
to secure as
combo.
much damage off it as we'd hope.
Sweet. Oh! Yeah, gets caught jumping. Jumping pretty bad in this game when you're close to your opponent, because you can just get stopped very easily.
Yeah, you can block in the air in this game, which if you're coming from like Street Fighter or something, that might be a little unnatural. But some moves are unblockable in the air. Most characters' 2Bs are unblockable, so it is a bit of a risk you take.
Still, Cryogenic
Jaxis
going
makes
with
a
more
commanding
offense.
first round, though.
Yeah. DP? Block? That DP very weird. Pushes her back a bit, so you have to run forward for the punish.
It makes sense with how the moves that she has works.
Ooh, that's a good match.
Able to get the counter hit there.
Okay. Ooh, yeah. Getting 2B'd yet again. That burst.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Drops
but
the
AJ
burst.
not ready. Ooh, drops the combo again. Ooh, DP? Didn't air turn, so
Unfortunately,
there.
Yep, Kyurjin was not facing the correct direction. Both players' burst is now down. Ooh, apparently Aigis has the superior projectile there, though.
Yeah, I think mostly it's just more projectiles beats less projectiles. Ooh, Persona break. AJ not able to use
the DP's
Raging
gonna save
Lion.
him for just a little while.
Yeah. I
Converts
don't
a
think...
lot more damage off that.
I also
Both
don't
players
think
now in
AJ
Awakening.
knows non-Persona combos. But he got his cards back
it's
already.
tricky. Yeah, both
Yeah,
players
just
have the
DP.
personas again.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the finish.
Yeah, just DPRC.
You know, Aigis has a little bit of that zoner identity with some strong projectiles, but Jaxis did a great job there of just putting pressure on, not letting Aigis take command, not letting Kyurjin use the Orgia mode to really take control of the speed of the match there.
Yeah, Cryogen just didn't really look like they didn't know what they wanted to go for a neutral and didn't know how to stop AJ from jumping in or running in and just running the offense. Because as I remember, Aegis does have pretty decent normals to box people out, or like projectiles even.
Yeah, and Jaxis's neutral game has always been really solid. That's something we've seen in this league for a while now.
Yeah, very strong but basic offense. Just
starts and then has a few good mix-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, we've got Raspberry Spiegel versus Moon River.
Yep. We got Minazuki v Shadow Naoto.
Very well.
Shadow Naoto, as we've seen before now. And I believe you're gonna need to, switch sides of who's who.
Yeah.
Now, Shadow Naoto. It's interesting, because we have seen Raspberry Spiegel pull off that instant kill. I've been on the receiving end of it myself.
Yeah, Moon River.
It's solid.
Yeah. It can definitely be a very scary situation once you're put into fateless any potential hit is now an instant kill.
Yeah, for the folks who don't know, you're gonna look for the skull counter beneath now Moon River's opponent's health bar. That tells how many fate counters there are. When it's at 0, her super does become an instant kill.
Yeah. But in this version, Naoto doesn't just have to gimmick with that. They can just kill you with raw damage. They have pretty good combos for that.
But to be fair, everyone can.
Yeah.
Spiegel getting in there at the beginning of the match, but immediately backing out and trying to taking time. There's no rush here.
Yeah.
Putting Moon River right back into the corner though.
Yeah.
And being a shadow character does not have access to an awakening.
Yeah, RCing to get that low. Dropping that corner combo though. Yeah,
and there's round 1. That's a rough first round because the fate counter doesn't totally reset between rounds either.
Yeah. Never really got much offense started. Yeah.
Spiegel immediately moving back to the other corner now.
Wonder if we'll see a DP. Ooh, that one's plus? Corner combo? Nah.
Just a solid
baiting
combo,
the DP.
Crazy big damage. And that DP is going to make this combo do a little extra damage with that blue health lost by Moon River at the start of it.
Yeah, dropping another corner combo, but not really mattering because Moon River can't mash their way out. That burst!
Ooh, drops the burst. Ooh, could be the start of a turnaround here.
Yeah. Very strong Persona displacement pressure there. Like, not having any room to mash.
Unfortunately, drops the burst as well. Drops the furious action as well here.
Oh, blocking
Going for the cross up, blocks it. Ooh.
Getting hit by the low.
Just an unrelenting offense there from Spiegel.
Yeah, Moon River there never really got around Minazuki's, like, B normals and neutral and just got pushed to the corner and constantly had to fight their way out. But getting put in a very bad position right off.
Yeah, we've seen Moon River in the past be able to set up those traps because Naoto can set up some traps, start an offense. We've seen her be able to do some cool traps in the past, get some good combos, get that fate counter really ticking, but Spiegel just did not give Moon River an opportunity to do so.
Yeah. Spiegel also a player with pretty solid fundamentals from playing a lot of varying fighting games. So just like bringing that knowledge into this game.
Yeah, there's a
But-
lot of transferable skill here.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, I want to see if Moonriver can like adapt to neutral a bit
Mhm.
better, potentially using your jump C or 2C to
It's a
fight
little tricky
Manazuki's B
against
numbers.
me. It's a little tricky because that teleport move kind of limits your options as far as zoning goes.
Yeah, but like jump C and
are ways to beat
2C
it.
are more or less for like your mid range pokes. Because they have like a decent bit of range and they're persona normals, so they can't really be challenged very easily.
Moonriver blocks the cross up and is able to get the burst out this early in the round. Still,
Yeah.
a burst that early does mean you're
A
more
good
likely
match.
to get another one over the course of the match.
Yeah. Yep, getting the combo.
Solid combo, gets a few fate counters knocked out as well.
Yeah. Yep. Countering the projectile, firing a counter projectile there.
That's some good adaptation. Previously, those would create some space for Spiegel.
Yeah. Dagger.
Gotta
Ooh, yeah,
find a
just
hole
in
in
the
that
back
offense. Gets the DP, but pulls back instead of pressuring.
Ooh, blocking the cross up. Blocking the cross up again. But not quite
If I'm
getting
not
that
mistaken,
one.
that was a skill boost one as well.
Yep.
Using that furious action to get out of the pressure situations here. Ooh,
Yeah, fatal counter, I think 2D? Or 2C?
Spiegel was able to get through the... It was able to open up Moonriver's defense, but
Yeah,
there's
with
the
punishing
round.
that sweep.
And takes the burst.
Yeah.
All right, we're at game point for Spiegel here.
Ooh, and a more offensive approach from Moonriver, not quite working out, getting hit. Ooh, good sweep.
No, it's
yeah.
it's tricky against an opponent with solid fundamentals. Naoto kind of needs to take a little bit of time to set some stuff up before the offense really comes online. Spiegel just doing a great job opening up Moonriver's defense. Ooh, barely
Ooh,
misses
solid
the
combo?
counter
Yeah,
on that
that'll kill.
projectile. And there it is.
Yeah, Manazuki having a lot of freeform combos, honestly, off of a lot of different starters.
Yeah, well played by both players. Spiegel's going to take this set for us.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Jaxis versus Sego. I'm just going to ping him real quick. All right, I can't remember offhand who Sego plays.
Seiko was the other Yosuke player on Team
Oh,
3
yes.
Jeunesse employees.
3 Jeunesse employees that have all slowly gotten off of Yosuke.
Well, I mean, Spiegel never
One of them
played
stayed
Yosuke.
loyal. One of them stayed loyal.
Spiegel never played Yosuke.
Here goes.
But
Do this.
there was originally 2 Yosuke's on this team, being Cryogen and Sago. But now only one Yosuke, and apparently an
Oh, they
Aegis.
were going to be all Yosuke is what I heard at first, which sounds like a nightmare, but... Yosuke being the speedy character. You pick him if you're used to Chip or Milia,
Yeah.
which is
a lot
wild.
of
Jaxis usually plays Milia, if I remember right.
So Milia and to an extent Elfa are both like not quite the characters he says he usually plays. He says he
Oh, wow.
mostly likes like the mid-range control, like space control-y type characters, but Milia,
Which is what you
being
get
one of
with
the
you.
exceptions. Yep. Good
All right,
mid-range
round
buttons.
start. We have seen throughout this league, Sego really is a fan of using those shuriken, those kunai, to just create openings, to throw them, you're expecting them, and then dash down exactly like that. That's what you're going to be looking for. Now, I don't know offhand, but do those projectiles have to be blocked standing?
I believe they're all mids.
That would make the most sense to me.
Yeah. Oh, not quite getting that.
Both
combo.
players kind of playing this long-range, dashing-in neutral game. The
Yeah, it's
anime
definitely-
fighter special.
Yeah, it's definitely Yosuke's specialty. And, like
It's
strategy.
his whole
even.
thing. Ooh, and
Yeah.
that's a big combo because it delayed the combo before Jaxis was able to enter Awakening, so it's going to maximize damage there.
Yep.
Jaxis able to create an opening here, though, able to get some heavy damage in 2 exchanges.
I think he bursted and got hit by the super.
It looked like it because it definitely wasn't true. Still, going to use the super to end it.
Yep.
It wasn't true because Sego was able to enter Awakening between the hits of that combo.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Sego takes round 1 though. Jaxis immediately starting a much more aggressive game plan here.
Yeah, once you get Yosuke in knockdown, you can just loop it on them until they decide they want to start, DPing, because this DP is very good. But
just not giving Sego a chance to breathe here.
Yeah, and then tech forward mash, a classic.
Ooh, and there it is.
Yeah.
You should be better than this.
Definitely have to rein in the Yosuke players. Limit their movement in
Stop
areas
them from
of
moving
movement.
as quick as you can. Make it dangerous for them to be zipping and dashing and throwing around. Looks like Sego taking it right back. Jaxis does use his burst there.
Yep. Check out low. Doing air dash, empty air dash low. Sego doing like a weird delay
combo. Sego does take advantage of the opportunity where the combo is dropped to get some damage in. Sego a little more hesitant here to go in, playing a little more cautious, but at the same time still doing Yosuke things.
Yep.
Ooh.
Super to push them deep into Awakening. They do get some neutral after this, but any good hit will kill. Oh, no tech. We get a confirm into a kill.
There it is.
Put a tech, but
Jaxis takes round 1 or game 1.
Yep. Pretty close one there.
Yeah, it was closer than it looked. Both players are only 1 or 2 exchanges away from being able to win there.
Yeah.
Round 2 was a bit of a blowout, but other than that, 3 great rounds.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just lose every option on Wake Up, gets called out wrong.
Here goes.
And Yosuke's defense and his health pool really aren't the best. Once you lock him down, you got him.
Yeah.
But I won't lose.
But
You mentioned
I really
that
want to
Jaxis
see.
likes to play the mid-range control. That's what we're going to have to see here. That's what he's going to have to do in order to stop Sego.
Yeah, I think I want to see Yosuke try DPing more, because Yosuke's DP is like a very good counter DP, despite
It's very
the fact,
fast.
Yeah, despite the fact it's a counter DP, it's actually pretty good. Usually counter DPs being a bit inferior to normal DPs, but the fact that it activates as quick as it doesn't really matter.
I mean, it's a furious action that's not a DP per se, but we just say DP because it's a reversal. It'll still get you out. Unfortunately, Sego does drop that combo from mid-screen, but still able to keep the pressure on.
Yep. Doing a lot of kunai. Very good spacing tool. Safe when you're up
you don't
that
want to
high.
get close. Playing a little cautious. Doesn't really want Jaxis to get that offense
Anti-air, but
started.
drops the confirm. Ooh, delay text for the buttons and trades, but AJ mashing faster. Ooh, one hit overhead low.
Get some damage to go deep into Awakening. Converts off the super.
Yep. Ooh, that DP counter still
See,
being active.
that kunai hit there. That's interesting. Because Sego's been able to use that kunai attack to disengage safely and reset back to neutral and start his pressure again. But right there was where Sego's back was against the wall. The furious action from Jaxis was able to connect and end the round there.
Yep. Couldn't get quite far enough away. Yeah, forcing the burst here.
Yeah, decent time as any to use it.
DP put him into Awakening, but then he immediately got hit and lost the blue health. Corner extension. This should be a kill. We got a super.
Should be.
Yep.
Jaxis takes round 2, or game 2.
Yeah.
Round 2 and game 2.
Yeah. Definitely felt in the game 2, AJ had a much better read on Sago than Sago had on AJ. Just letting AJ just find the places where Sego wanted to be and just clock him for it.
Yeah, I think a lot of that, it's like I was saying, once Sego got into the corner, Yosuke's options become a lot more limited. The ability to disengage just goes away. I mean, Yosuke is a character who wants to get in, get his damage, get his pressure off, get his mix-ups, and get right back out. But when your back is against the wall, your options become a lot more limited. So Jaxis' ability to control space there, control the center of the stage, really decided those rounds.
Yeah. But, you know, that's what the Narukami wants to do. And I believe Sago not, like, too familiar with traditional fighting games, not really knowing how to adapt fully. Whereas AJ, pretty much a veteran, very well knows how to read his opponents and figure out what they want to do.
All right, up next we've got the Living Shadow versus Raspberry Spiegel.
All right, let's do this.
Raspberry Spiegel here picking the kanji. Kanji being the
that's,
aggressive.
Living Shadow is kanji.
That's right. I can't see your interface, but yeah. Hey, switch to match focus.
Yeah.
Kanji he's an Arxis grappler. Has a harder time getting in than most, but when he does, oh boy. What makes him a grappler, once he starts that grab, he gets to extend, do a follow-up. It's all burst safe. You can't burst out of any of it. The damage is locked in at that point.
Yeah. Also, like most Arxis grapplers, has very poor movement options, but has specific specials to help him in those areas.
Yeah, we just saw one where the Persona did that shoulder charge forward. That is definitely one of them.
Yep,
Still, Spiegel kind of playing it a little safer than normal. Able to get the card break off of that by blocking the shoulder bash.
Yeah.
Oh.
But Kanji only has 3 Persona cards. He does lose a lot of damage for not having the Persona.
Ooh, we're going to be
Full
watching for
screen
that
EX
move
dive.
a lot. Yeah, that move, when you skill boost it, it homes in on your opponent, and the only way to avoid it is to be crouching. This is going to do a lot of damage here. Not quite enough to finish the round, though, but that is.
Spiegel very afraid of the grab, trying to hold up to dodge it, but Living Shadow, knowing they're afraid of the grab, just mashing, hitting them.
That's the thing about grapplers. The grab is always a threat, even if they're not hitting you with it.
Gold burst immediately to EX Knives teleport. Seeing some
Uses
mix-up.
the projectiles to get in with the teleport there. Very smart use of those.
Ooh, backed off, expecting a DP or like a wake-up throw of some kind, but Shadow just taking it easy. Techs out, blocks.
Yeah, we're seeing Spiegel play a little more at range here than we did previously.
Yeah, definitely trying to abuse those longer normals than Okanji has.
Does put Living Shadow into the corner and able to convert for huge damage, closing out the round. Going into round 3 now.
Yeah, both players will have access to burst this round, potentially. Yeah.
See right there, Living Shadow. Living Shadow's using that shoulder press Persona attack to kind of create some space and threaten the area, but Spiegel just doing a great job blocking them, counter hitting to break the Persona. Ooh.
Yep. Spiegel, knowing about Shock State, decided to hop to dodge the grab, as that was their only option to do so.
Very good. Living Shadow went in for the grab, and Raspberry Spiegel was able to punish it and start this corner pressure off.
Yep. Ooh,
Is it going to be enough to kill?
No.
Deep into Awakening, though. Punishes the shoulder press. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, very solid control there in the second half by Spiegel to not let Kanji grab.
You're powerless.
Yeah, that's how you beat Kanji, is don't let Kanji grab. I mean, that's really the only thing you're afraid of.
Yeah.
He's got other damage, but the grab is always an option on the table.
Yep.
And it does a lot of damage.
Definitely. And it also keeps his win condition going, OTGing you after into a restand directly into another 50-50 grab, no grab.
Even if he doesn't do the grab. He might, though, so you're trying to avoid it and get hit by something else instead.
Yeah.
That's the grappler game plan in a nutshell.
Yeah.
That and eat some glue, you know, grappler things.
But let's see how Living Shadow is gonna mix up their neutral, because they're getting beaten a lot by Minazuki's B normals, not really being able to space around them too well, because you know Kanji can't exactly do that.
Yeah, that's gonna be tricky because you can use those Persona attacks and those projectiles to kind of create some space for you to then move in with the teleport, move in with some other option. Ultimately, it's going to come down to how Living Shadow is able to capitalize on those opportunities where he is able to get in on Spiegel.
Yeah, and especially for grapplers, once you get your opening, you have to not let it go.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta grab
if that shoulder
on
press
for all
hits, you got to be there.
Yeah, you gotta grab your one chance as long as possible.
I'm curious though, because Living Shadow, I feel like last time I saw them, there was a lot of skill boosted flying squirrel dive. I think the league has progressed now to where we know how to fight it, so you don't see it nearly as often.
It's more of a player thing. Because some players know to duck it and some don't, and if you find the players that don't, oh boy.
Ooh, persona displacement there. There's the skill boosted tackle I was talking about for some big damage here and some corner pressure.
Throw. We're going to get an OTG. This is potentially going to kill. Not
really
quite.
Deep into Awakening if it's not.
Ooh, expecting a DP. So Benalski just mashing.
Still
Very
able to block
smart.
it and resume pressure.
Very smart from Living Shadow there.
Yeah, it's hard in those situations not to just go in and keep attacking, but able to keep cool, block the attacks, and counter hit.
Ooh, not sure what that one more burst was about.
It was, I don't know what to tell you. It did use up some meter. That's the end result. Living Shadow does not have many Persona cards left.
Ooh, tackle, yeah,
And
deleting
that's gonna pop it.
projectiles. Yeah.
Spiegel able to capitalize on the lack of a Persona because that really limits his options.
I think they
Gets
went
his
for a kick.
Persona back, but not in time to be able to do extra damage off that attack.
Oh, yeah, Spiegel reacting, DPing it. Yeah.
With the super.
Yeah, goes for the super grab, but Spiegel just being in the air doesn't hit.
Seems like Spiegel even preempted it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, starting the match out at full
fatal
screen,
counter
playing
combo.
at range.
Drops the combo. Watch the overhead and the low. DP's the cross up. Yep, DP in response. Yeah. Another DP, this one gets punished.
Living Shadow
that-
now in Awakening.
Cross up City.
Burst while in Awakening, gonna keep him alive a little longer. Avoids the skill boosted dive.
Doesn't get there.
Still, Living Shadow does have a little bit of meter to work with, but the Persona break is gonna limit those options a little. 2B to counter that skill boosted tackle again.
Ooh, 5 being deleting the projectile. Overhead. Ooh, yeah, DP's the overhead.
Ooh, there's action out.
Yep.
Drops the grab, and that's gonna cost the round.
Yeah. Spiegel hopping the grab, knowing that's one of the only ways he loses that round is getting grab looped. Just saying, you know what? I'll take a combo where you have to. I'll take a combo that's not a grab, basically.
Yeah. If you hop, you're taking the risk of getting hit by something else. But you know what? I'll get out of this. All right, let's see who we've got on deck. On deck, we have Moon River versus Sego.
Yep.
What? Why can't I tag Moon River? All right, Moon River versus Sego. And I'm just gonna type the next one for good measure.
Yep.
The score so far is
4-4. An even match.
still anybody's game.
Yep.
Oh, I thought we were about to see the Adachi for a second there. We might.
Okay. Adachi?
There's some hesitation here. I wonder if it was a misclick or... Well,
It doesn't look like
it's happening.
All right, actually, we got Adachi.
I don't know a ton about Adachi. I don't know that we've seen one in this league. All I can tell you is he's a little fragile.
He is a comeback character is usually how people refer to him, because his awakening super, I believe, man, I don't remember what it is, but it gives him a buff when he uses it that like greatly increases his damage output, but he needs to get to awakening first.
Which makes sense because the one thing I do know is that his Furious Action costs more health than other characters. Moon River, though, not just immediately putting pressure on, and does get all the fate counters this early in the round.
Yep.
Still,
probably going to try to take
Awakening.
it to next round.
Yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I'm suspecting here. Still, Sego able to get a little bit of damage in, goes for the overhead.
Yep.
Kind
Oh,
of
presses
playing
5D.
off of
Flush.
Moon River's lack of knowledge of the matchup here.
Yep. Yep. 5D. Pressure.
Puts pressure on with the Persona.
Ooh, making a
Sego
lot of
running
use
up
of that
with this projectile. Ooh, takes the round.
Sego just, you know, saying, hey, you don't understand what my moves do. And just abusing that. Yeah, I believe that move is Adachi's DP.
Now, Moon River's condition for the instant kill does go up a little bit, but it's already almost back to 0.
Yeah, well, 1 or 2 more moves. Yeah, already has it again.
Already has again, but does need the meter for it, which is there now. Still need to get the hit though. Sego using this laser thing, it's not even a super, to just move in close and get the overhead.
Yeah, that is just his 5D. The big red laser, yeah, that's 5D. That's a normal.
And
just taking the
is-
insta kill.
Yeah, just take the instant kill, close out the round. You don't want to risk another comeback by Sego here.
Yeah.
All right, round 3, gun versus gun.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure Adachi's DP is an overhead then a low for some reason.
That is silly, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're seeing a lot. We are seeing. Wow, Sego able to use that projectile to create the space to move up and land that overhead. Unfortunately, Moon River not able to follow up because of the lack of ammo.
Just run up on the
No
5D,
longer
presses 2C.
respecting that laser. No longer respecting it.
Yeah, it has some crazy startup, so you can't let
Uses
them
the
press
burst.
it. Yeah.
Moon River using the burst to keep Sego in the corner and does go for the big damage.
Goes
the
for
fate
hollow.
counters are at 0.
Yeah. Yeah, DP.
And the
mash.
DP to end.
Yep.
Wow, Sego in that whole round just used that laser to just move up, create space. Moon River did deal with it towards the end of that last round, just attacking while it was getting ready. It has a very big startup time. I'm surprised though, we haven't seen Adachi yet.
Interesting.
Sego's okay. We're getting word that Sego's got to pause real quick to take care of something.
Yeah.
Gotta do
okay,
take out the
take out the
trash
trash.
break real quick. All right. Welcome to the Kickstart League, everyone.
Yeah.
Still, to recap, Moon River taking that match does put them up at a 1-point lead over 3 Jeunesse employees. And hey, we haven't explained how this league works.
Sure haven't.
You want to explain it? Oh, you're taking a drink, so I'll explain it.
Sippies.
This is a Kickstart League, mostly for players who are new to the game, and every match is going to be one team against another. Everybody on the left is going to play everybody on the right, and every match you win is worth a point. They play best of 3. In the end, the team that gets the most points does get a bonus of, I want to say, 4 points, and those go into your overall league standings.
Yep. To be seeded later into the finals bracket, which will, I think, be single elim.
I want to say, yeah.
Yeah, single elim finals bracket to see who is the ultimate champion of the arena. The Ultimax arena.
All right,
Anyway.
looks like we're ready to get started again.
The trash has
Barring
been
that
taken
minor
out.
interruption.
Gamers ready to game.
Please select your character.
Sticking with the Adachi?
You wanna play with me?
Sticking with the Adachi, as it seems.
I'm wondering, I would like to know more about why this Adachi pick, because it's not the usual character. I wonder if it's a counter pick for the Naoto or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just don't like play against Naoto with Yosuke, so they're just like, you know what? Pick
I could
Adachi
see
instead.
it. I could see it.
Yeah.
In any case, Moon River's up 1 game as we go into game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what kind of adaptations we see. Both these characters very comfortable fighting at long range, you know, having guns.
Yeah.
Round
But Sago
Feel
using
like-
a lot of DP, which once understood how to block can just be extremely punished.
Yeah, it's a bit of a knowledge check there. But it does also cost Sago or Adachi a little bit more health than most characters.
Yeah. But as long as you're not getting hit for it, the health will recover.
I feel like we are seeing some adaptation here in Moon River. Just not respecting that giant laser.
Yeah. Oh, jumping the DP, but getting hit by the second part. Jumping in on the laser, running up. Knowing that they only really press DP, just abusing the Persona displacement system.
Sago having a little bit of a harder time getting an offense started, but is able to secure a grab.
Ooh, not quite punishing that laser.
Rushes in for the punish, but not quite quick enough.
Roll through. Super.
Gonna get a lot of fake counters. Fake counters are maxed out now. Get some hefty damage in too.
Yep. Wonder if they're gonna try to take it to next round and try to build 50 meter.
It's a
Or even
tricky
just
question,
confirm
but
with
the lack
Shadow.
of meter really takes the decision out.
Well, they could always activate Shadow Frenzy to just have access to the super if they need.
That's
wanted it.
true.
But now they have the 50. But
Both
no
players
Persona.
one hit away. Ooh, barely blocks that to get out. Gets hit
Blocks-
by the second part of the furious
Blocks the
action.
first. Yeah, blocks the first one, gets hit by the low.
Round 2. Fight.
But you know, fake counters being very low and getting another one right off the bat. Yeah, blocks the laser.
Yeah, that's tricky. Moon River's
blocks
moving
high,
up
then-
and punishing the laser, but not quite quick enough on some of these times.
Yeah. And dropping the wall bounce combo. The wall bounce combo is being a little bit tricky based on screen position, because starting in the corner, the wall's a bit further away than you're expecting.
Moon River misses the super, unfortunately.
This is the super because
Sago
the
doesn't.
Persona was in a different spot than the usual.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Still, Sago's down to awakening health and not quite as eager to move up all of a sudden.
Yeah. I mean, Moon River still has 50 meter for the insta-kill. Oh, will we see confirmed?
It's
No.
always a threat.
Maybe.
Still,
Okay,
looks
yeah.
like Moon River might be... Nope, not saving it for round 3. Doesn't want to
Yeah.
risk there not being a round 3.
Yeah, I think they definitely could have killed using the gun super, but, you know, just defaulting to the instant kill because that was the combo they were going for originally. Yep. Another laser.
Moving up with that pressure.
Ooh, Sago mashing there. Putting himself in the corner, but getting a hit. Ooh, I think that's some sort of stance thing.
I believe it's a red aura that he walks forward and then command grabs. I want to say.
I thought
think
there's
I've
like
seen
multiple follow-ups. I have no idea. Just shoot the guy that's sending the laser at you. Great
Yeah,
idea.
You know, all this running forward and attacking out of the air, all that stuff. You also can just shoot your gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this long range, Naoto does have the faster projectile, but man, when Adachi's gets off, you get an opportunity to do a few different things here.
Oh, not realizing
Gonna go
the
for the
fake counters
insta-kill,
weren't
but just
activated
barely
yet.
misses.
It hit, but the combo that put them to 0 fake counters can't also insta
On the
kill them.
super. Ah,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Just going
Still,
for a combo,
goes for
but-
the other instant kill. Still doesn't hit. Both players a hit away from death. Very close.
Oh, dodges the DP, but forgets to block the low.
Too bad.
Uses the persona to create the space to move in, but then it dodges the first hit of the furious action, gets hit by the low. That's gonna be a round
Yeah.
for Sago. Wow.
Yeah, properly calling out what Sago's option was gonna be, but not just forgetting that it's a high then a low.
It's unusual.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right, we're gonna get a game 3
The
here.
knowledge check of this match, at least.
Yeah, I now understand why Adachi's takes more health than most characters.
Yeah. Oh. Forgot to put a trash bag in. Anyway, great time, ladies and gentlemen. Drink some water, you know, hydrate.
Spiegel does it while getting yelled at for not putting a new trash bag in. Always put your trash bag in, stay hydrated.
Yep.
Play Persona 4 Arena.
In that order. Man. Well, yeah. Moonriver definitely having the player callouts in that last match, knowing kind of almost exactly what Asago wanted to do, but just not being able to punish because they're choosing the, like, more gimmicky knowledge check options.
Yeah, the thing about gimmicky knowledge checks, though, they work only for a little while. Once you start figuring them out, the adaptation begins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry for the trash delay of game here.
Yeah. Also, Moonriver dropping a little bit of their own character knowledge, forgetting when they can instant kill.
Yeah, you can't kill in the combo that resets the fate to 0.
Yeah.
You have to reset to neutral, then get the instant kill off. You can confirm into it, but...
Yeah. Anyway, back to the match at hand. Long awaited.
This is apparently the last
Game
time, so
3.
don't worry, everyone.
Yep.
We're still going to call him out if he's even a little bit slow on picking his character, saying he's got to take the trash out again, but, you know.
If I finish this quick?
All right, game 3. We've seen adaptation on both sides. It all comes down to this now. Aggressive start there, I think, from Moonriver.
Immediately into Shadow
Activates
Frenzy.
Shadow Fury.
Yep.
Gonna use that to do the super and get all the fate counters right out of the start of the round with Shadow Fury.
Yep.
Wow.
Now they just have to build enough burst to Shadow Frenzy again, or 50 meter, whatever comes first. Looks like it'll be
Seems
50 meter
Jaxis
probably.
is here?
Match focus.
Oh, match focus. A little birdie just told me.
I don't forget. Another DP.
Seigo's very eager to use that Furious action to just open up Moonriver here. Still, Moonriver does have the cards, and there's the instant kill. The cards, the fate counter, and the cards.
Yep. Just going for the kill. Don't need to hold it for
Can't
next
do it
round.
again, though, because the Shadow Fury is tied to your burst.
Yep. But, you know, they'll probably build a decent amount of meter this round and be able to put more fate counters on them.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Moonriver has not had difficulty putting fate counters down.
Oh, run-up DP
Oh,
just getting
little
countered
early
by
on the
run-up
counter.
5D.
Went a little
Insane.
bit early on the Furious action.
Ooh, just smashes.
Blocks the super and does get some heavy damage off this.
Probably needed a micro
At least a
dash
few
before
fate counters.
Yep.
Moonriver does have burst and Shadow Fury back on the
Rolling
table
through
again.
the DP. Don't have to deal with the low if you're on the other side.
High-low mix-ups? No. I just roll past you.
Yep.
Little hesitant to move in from both sides here.
Yeah, both
With
too
Seigo
scared of the
using
other.
the pressure from the laser to move up.
Ooh, mash. That was unsafe. Yep, Raid. Putting them to 0 fate counters.
0 fate counters and 50 meters on the table.
Ooh, but doesn't quite get the Oki there. You might be able to just hom with that on reaction, actually.
Moves up with the ooh. Moves up with the big laser and creates the space. There
Punishes
it
the
is.
Persona for a Persona break, but then gets counter punished for doing so.
We're going into round 3, but Seigo does have very low fate counters starting the round.
Yep. Doesn't tech
We
out.
could see another instant kill.
Yeah, very
Especially
likely.
since Moonriver does have the Shadow Fury as well.
Yep. So does placement, not getting punished. DP getting blocked, but not punished.
You know, I think I saw Moonriver start to crouch there, but might have been a little slow.
Ooh, tech out. No match. Doesn't block the
Sego
DP.
starts the corner pressure up.
Fake counters
Uses
applied.
the counter to get out, and that's going to put the fake counters down to 0.
Misses the run up grab. Just goes for Hama. And it just connects.
Just goes for it raw, and it hits.
YOLO.
You know, the best punish sometimes.
Yeah.
Moon River is going to take that game off of a raw Hamaon in neutral.
Yeah, I mean, even if it gets blocked, you get to run a mix-up on them. Run up, high,
it
low.
still gives you an opportunity. Costs you meter, but it still wins you the neutral, puts you at an advantage in some form.
The neutral is a 50-50,
Well played.
and I have won.
Well played by both players there. Up next, we've got the Living Shadow versus Kirigen. Shadow, Kirigen, and this will be our 6th match of the night, with 3 more after this.
Got Living Shadow on Kanji versus Cryogen on Aegis?
I believe so, but we'll see. We've been surprised already tonight.
Apparently, I'm getting confirmation. Adachi was not a counter pick. They just like Adachi. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. But it's interesting that you pick Adachi for some of the matches.
Yeah. Because Yosuke one match, Adachi the other, you know. Who cares? Just, you know.
Either way, he's a Jeunesse employee.
Well, you know.
He's on the team anyway.
He hangs out there a lot. I know.
Their
I play the
headcanon
game.
is that he's a Jeunesse employee. All right, Aegis versus Kanji.
Oh, they.
Aegis has the tools to do some cool zoning here, which is always difficult for the grappler players to deal with.
Yeah, but one big thing is the Persona shoulder tackle move. That is projectile immune, so that could be a very
That's
good
true.
answer to Aegis's projectiles.
It does allow the grappler to get in, so
Yeah, well, it can at least punish them for trying to use projectiles and take some space, if not get in. But kind of want to see if Living Shadow will take a more offensive approach in the round start, because
yeah.
this is probably the closest you'll be for a bit, since they'll probably want to like air dash away, set up. Yeah.
You know, I think an attack was coming out there, but it immediately got punished.
Yeah.
And Living Shadow just immediately begins the assault.
Yeah. Puts him
Pushing
to the corner.
Kirigen right into the corner. Uses the
Gold
burst to
burst.
get a little space, but Living
Yep,
Shadow
EX
puts
dive.
him right back.
Yeah. EX dive, just getting the corner yet again. They just 150 meter though. Kanji
Could be enough to
expecting
get some
something.
started.
Ooh. Yeah. Another hop over the grab. Ooh, a combo. Real combos? Oh, drops. EX dive.
jump.
We're in. Yep.
Kirigen jumped there to try to get something started, but the Living Shadow pressed the skip neutral button to win.
It's the knowledge check neutral. Yep. A less aggressive start that time, but Aegis getting a.
You know, the
getting it
super
in
jump
there.
to get over the thing, sometimes the defensive option's what you need. Living
Ooh,
Shadow
just-
does use his burst.
Yeah.
Kirigen back in the
Tackle.
corner, but like you said, the Shadow charge is projectile immune, so he's able to put Kirigen back into the corner here.
Yeah. Jump C just getting air dash over. All out attack.
Unfortunately,
Real
does
combo?
whiff a furious action.
Ooh, Persona break for Kanji. Kanji not having access to the shoulder tackle right now. Grabs will do less
Still,
damage.
there's some hesitation to approach the big grappler man.
Yep. Oh, but you know Persona's back already. Yeah,
Ooh,
punishes the
shit.
punishes the projectile.
Skill
with another
boosted
dive.
machine gun, but is punished by the skill boosted tackle.
Yep. This
And
is
there's a
dead.
grapple, and it's the KO.
Yep,
Wow.
Finally landed a grab. Dead.
We've been graced with a magnificent
Yeah.
fight.
So definitely, you know, Cryogen showing like some combos, but you know, dropped halfway through, and just Kanji having a much more solid neutral game plan of, I think you're doing something that doesn't hit me up here, EX dive.
Yeah, there were a lot of callouts with that EX dive. If Living Shadow would leave, or if Kyurem would leave the ground, if Kyurem, you know, started a projectile, Living Shadow's already ready to punish with that EX dive.
Yeah.
It's just a threat from any range, and Living Shadow is using it just enough in that round to kind of be a threat without having to use it constantly.
Yeah, I think
Switching to
Aegis
the
here-
Christmas colors.
Yeah, I think Aegis here should represent 2B more to stop the EX dive. It does.
It's a scary.
Yeah, it fills the screen with projectiles, which does lose to tackle, but then you're sort of at a, well, if they're trying to use the tackle move, they're not going to EX dive, so then you can take advantage of that.
Oh, but if they do that, I'll do this. If they do this, it beats that. That's fighting games.
Yep. But the most important thing being you need to represent the option to make them think about it.
Kyurem kind of playing this mid-range game. Ooh, does try to roll past, but gets punished for it with the grapple.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just jump
And
over,
the tackle.
die. Yeah, super. What was
Will it kill?
No. Well,
Just
bye.
barely.
And grab.
Living Shadow, just that whole middle of that round, slowly moving forward, slowly having the threat of a big tackle coming out at any moment.
Yep. Ooh, yep. Another tackle.
Calling out the Persona attack with another projectile.
Just medius.
Using the burst to get out of the corner, but Living Shadow slowly advancing forward once again. Uses the EX tackle.
EX dive getting it. Corner extensions? No. But we got a grab. I think the grab might just kill. Yeah, the grab just kills.
Yep. That was a very meaty grab.
Yeah, just Cryogen just not able to get out of the corner and start anything.
Yeah. Kyurem just not able to set the pace. Not able to keep Kanji back. Living Shadow able to control the pace of the match and just tackle freely. All right,
Yep.
Next up, it looks like we've got Jaxis versus Spiegel.
Yep. We got Sword Guy 1 versus Sword Guy 2.
But this guy has two Sword Guy. So,
Yeah, we got Sword Guy 1 versus 2 Sword Guy.
one Sword Guy versus, anyway. One sword, two sword, red sword, blue sword.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty accurate. Commentary.
Please select your captain.
Much harder sober for you.
Yeah. So, need to drink more
Both-
water today, I guess.
Both these players really excelling at their neutral game, really just controlling the neutral. So it's going to be both of them trying to do what they do best and trying to stop the other one from doing exactly that.
Yeah. Minoski definitely, they both have like pretty easy confirms that lead into their like a good situation, but we'll see if the AJ's safe jumps or Minazuki's just raw damage will outpace the
both
other.
players have shown a great propensity for good mix-ups, putting pressure on and then doing something different. Spiegel already using the burst. Both players using the burst. All right. You know
They
what?
both
Early
want more
burst,
time
give you
in
another
neutral.
chance at burst.
Yeah. Yeah, Minazuki doing a ton of
Able
damage.
to convert some
safe jump.
big damage off a stray hit there.
Air hit? Doesn't quite get there. Ooh, roll through gets punished, but not quite.
Uses the skill boost to extend his pressure, but still Jaxis is able to get out of it.
Or extension, super. Yeah.
Not quite enough to put him into Awakening, I don't think.
Yeah, still gets them a safe jump though. Just take the screen
What
position.
doesn't
DP.
get you a safe jump?
The two other supers.
And both players now in Awakening on their last legs. One good
DP
hit
getting
could
red,
end
though.
it. There it is. The cross-ups. Spiegel's
Yeah.
cross-ups, just real tricky.
Yeah. Some pretty slow pace neutral. Ooh, yeah, into sweep. Throw a projectile to keep him locked down. Yeah, matches the jump though.
Uses the furious action to keep the corner.
Ooh, gets out of the corner, just runs forward while Spiegel's trying to do some tricky air movement. Forcing the burst. Yep, full screen teleport.
Is the teleport cross up? There's the other burst again. Both players just using it first chance they can.
Ooh, doesn't quite
go
get the
round
jump
three.
in.
We get the round 3. Both players might have burst again.
Yeah. Ooh, messes with the safe jump.
Ooh.
One more. Ooh, roll trade. Yeah, tries to RC
Uses
to be
the one
safe.
more, but gets counter hit by the DP.
Spiegel having so much blue health on the table.
Oh, but raw neutral, it turns out. Right answer for that situation.
Yeah.
Gonna
Spiegel
take game 1.
Yeah, Spiegel putting so much danger on the line there. Each
Yeah.
DP putting more and more blue health on the line. And does get hit for it, but doesn't lose the game.
Jaxis was able to cash in on it, but it wasn't that decided it. It was very close there at the end.
Yeah.
Lend me your strength.
All right, game 2. Team Dark Horse pulling ahead by 2 points now.
Yeah. A lot of like slower paced neutral. I wonder if either of them will try to like go into more of like a rushdown mode.
Round 1.
Because
Are you in match focus?
I am now.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. Ooh, burst getting
Ooh.
baited, but not punished.
That
This is
is
the
significant
2v
because
for
it
5v.
does mean that Spiegel's not going to get his burst as quickly as if it had actually connected.
I don't think that's true in Persona at least. Even
Is
if
it not?
connects, it's only gold burst that gives you a third back.
Okay, that makes sense.
Ooh, tries to bait a DP, I think there.
Still, you take a little bit of psychic damage when you whiff something like that.
DP into a super. Ooh, not quite getting a punish. Dodging both personas and punishing the persona. Blocking the cross up.
Jax is playing a little more mid-range than he normally does.
Yeah.
Ooh, gets the
OMC
command
just-
grab.
Ooh, getting hit by the last low? They're all lows, my dude. I think that was too early of a punish, I believe.
Jax's offense immediately came online there in the corner and started something up, but this block string able to carry Spiegel back out of the corner, but
Yep.
loses
Just
to the
DP.
furious action. Just DP. You'll be fine.
Yep.
All right, round 2.
Ooh, yeah.
It's a
Ooh,
weird
2v?
stray hit there.
Gets hit by the second overhead. Corner extension. Safe jump. Doesn't get hit. Ooh, jumps the command grab. Mashes
Ooh.
down. Burst back in the
Burst
corner.
to keep the corner here.
Forces the burst from
Gets
the
the
counter.
DP, but does able... Stuff is happening. He gets out of the corner. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Jaxis
Kami
does only have
having-
one persona card, though.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Only one left to gamble with. DP. Rolls through the persona move, gets a punish, puts him into awakening. And, honestly,
And that push
having-
did take away a fair amount of blue health,
Super?
too. I don't think
OMC?
this will kill, but it's
Ah,
close.
okay.
There it is.
Yep. Just
Wow,
solidifying
Jax's
the
offense
offense.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah, Jax's offense really came online there, took the corner, and just would not let go.
Yeah, did a lot more. I don't know if it was on purpose, but a lot more burst safe setups where you're just like comboing them at the tip of your range and using moves that like kind of low profile or just outrange the burst in general. It just Spiegel biting on the wrong burst points. Because there are definitely burst points that are like pretty guaranteed, but it's Spiegel just choosing the wrong ones.
All right, we're getting another game 3. We've been getting a fair number of these.
Yeah. So I wonder what
Very
Spiegel's,
close match.
what Spiegel will do to change up their defense, because it seemed like they were getting hit by a lot of just like, this is a low, just block these low, and the like 2-hit overhead is almost always 2 hits. Just fuzzy block it.
Both players kind of play this back and forth, taking their turns, but Jax is able to capitalize a little bit. Uses the burst to get out.
Ooh, some rolls from Spiegel. Yeah, run a 2B. Yeah, goes for...
Finishes the persona move for all this damage here.
Jump in. Rolls through the persona.
think
Delay
Spiegel had
text.
the right idea there, backing off just a little bit, but unfortunately still gets punished.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, the overhead missing, so they have to block. Yeah, guard cancel attack. Not seeing. I think that was the first guard cancel attack this this whole match, or the whole like game.
Jaxis cashing in a lot of meter to get some chip damage, maybe get a stray hit, but this
EP into super
might.
not quite working. Oh, drops the hit from there. Blocks the super though.
Okay.
Just punishes.
Just barely too slow to be able to finish the round there.
Yeah.
Another round with both players one interaction away from winning.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Rolls through, but gets punished because that projectile has no recovery. Ooh, goes for like a tricky delayed low, I think, there? Or just messing up the timing.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I guess that definitely. Oh, the
Ooh.
burst just getting hard
Blocks
baited.
the burst and gets a decent punish for it.
Oh, the burst getting invulned by the super. Spiegel just
Both
choosing the
players
worst
in
places to
Awakening.
burst. Oh, does the counter super, but no. Oh, but doesn't block the low.
Does not connect.
Doesn't get the pickup there. Oh, Spiegel drops the pickup.
Got
in
the meter, but drops the combo. Ooh,
Yeah, smash out with the.
furious action to get out, and there it is. That mid-range hit.
There's so much spaghetti in that last round.
It
Just
was
back and
scrambling.
forth. Just back and forth throws.
By taking a slightly different.
Each
Oh my
player
God.
very good at using these mix-ups, keeping the offense on, so they just kind of took turns, hit each other, get something unsafe, go for the punish, trading the pressure, and ultimately, Jaxis takes it. All right, up next, we've got Moon River versus Raspberry Spiegel? That seems wrong.
Cryogen.
Cryogen. I typed it in wrong.
Yeah.
Moon River, they're a little confused now because...
Yeah, There
we go. Okay.
We got it.
There we go. We got it. I'm going to type the last one in now just so I don't make a mistake. This is the 8th match of the night. It's 9-6. Still anybody's game. And as a reminder, every point counts towards your overall standing. So even if your team's going to lose, you can still earn some points.
Yep. Gotta earn whatever points you can to get into the highest seed possible for that finals bracket.
Versus Sig. Here we go.
So we got Naruto versus Aegis. Two, pretty full screen setup zoners, but with rushdown modes. Naruto being able to get in those mix-ups, and Aegis technically with like the RGM mode.
And it looks like that counter furious action does block every projectile in the string, and you can just counter with your own projectile. So it's kind of going to come down to how they can control this space. Naruto plays a little bit more trap heavy, so it's going to take a little bit to set that
Aegis
up.
just going directly into the traps. Ooh, yeah, punishing the Persona punish there. Getting hit by the
Moon
random
River
all-out
does
attack.
still have burst on the table, which we've seen her ability to use that as a way to get all the fate counters all at once. A little bit risky to do.
The gun. Very good.
Fate counters are down to 0. Anything could happen.
Yeah. Ooh, drops the combo, but.
Pyrogen in Awakening now.
Yeah, a lot of scramble confirms here. Just goes for raid. Yep, finishes with just damage.
Nope, not gonna go for this for the instant kill. Gonna go for the raid finish.
Yep. Just go for the damage. Save the fate counters from this round. Trade on round start.
Weird round start, but it was cool.
Yeah. Ooh, dropping a combo. But
Pyrogen hopping around now at mid-range, trying to bait out any kind of option.
yeah, forgetting that double fangs is an overhead can be a killer. And just does gun to blow through both the Persona and hit Moon River.
Now the tricky thing is, Aegis does have a limit to ammo, and when it's out, you gotta wait for next round, I believe.
Maybe. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah.
Moon River does
just
take
gets
the corner
all
here.
out attack gets
All right,
thrown.
grab right back.
Yeah. Yeah, forces the burst. Raid. Okay. The next mix-up will
Raid gets
kill
the
if
fake
it
counters
hits.
in.
Yep.
Big damage. That is going to enter Awakening for...
Oh, not quite a good enough confirm to...
Ooh.
Super? Is that dead? Oh, wow.
That's a big super. Awakening super, just barely able to use it.
Yeah.
All right, final round. Fate counters are still low going into this last round.
Yeah, no burst, though, for Moon River here. But Aegis has theirs. Uses it immediately.
Uses it early, but resets the neutral.
Yep. Oh, going for an air tech reset? Ripping an air barrel? Ooh, DP getting whiffed.
Yeah, it was kind of an empty jump there to bait out the option.
Ooh, yeah, jumps over the
Dashes
super.
in, but does not hit. Apparently that is not actually an Awakening super.
Yeah, I guess it's just a normal one. Drops the combo,
learning
but
things.
re-skid in front. No bullets to continue
Doesn't
the
have
combo.
the ammo to shoot.
Yep. Very close to getting burst back. Not quite,
Moon
though.
River at very low health, and it's going to be a
auto-combo,
tough
that's like-
situation without an Awakening mode.
Oh, just playing at the tip of their ranges.
Both players staying just outside the range of these big damaging attacks here.
Not quite.
Not quite enough. Gets the counter.
And the roll through gets thrown.
Calls out the roll with the grab. Well
Yeah,
played.
That might have been a preemptive like throw attack that just happened to throw roll through though.
I like to think when I do something on accident that it was totally intentional and just be like, you know what, that was sick. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It was intentional. It was sick.
It was an OS,
Yeah.
That
Totally
definitely
called
an
the
OS.
situation.
Yeah.
Moon River doing a good job getting the fate counters out, but not able to capitalize for the instant kill. And Kyurjin, both players really playing at this comfortable mid to long range.
Yeah. But just like a few more like slightly better confirms on either side could have decided the matches like one combo earlier. Just so many drops.
All right, just using the big persona call out right in the beginning of the round. Jumps over Moon River's response.
Ooh, air combo, double fangs, shadow frenzy. Oh, it drops the combo.
Activates Shadow Frenzy, but drops the combo, unfortunately.
Yeah. Hey, more neutral.
All right, they're playing this.
Both playing very
Hop back.
safe. Yeah, forces the burst.
All right, burst is off the table for both characters. Now damage is going to stick.
That is Orgia mode, and that is very fast. Ooh, drops the combo.
Unfortunately, now that our GM mode's out, I guess is overheated and will take some time to recover back to full strength.
Combo. Fake counters. Ooh, drops the last
Fake counter's going down to 7 now. 5.
Ooh, yeah, Persona gets mashed there.
Moon River kind of forced to back off here with the pressure because no Persona.
Yeah. But Naruto does have like a fair bit of like combos that they can do with no Persona, but greatly limits combo routes. Goes for raid.
Uses raid to get those fate counters down to 0 as well as some hefty damage.
That's been a full screen though. Oh, yep, just ducks
With
the super.
just barely. Goes for the instant kill, not taking any chances here.
Yeah, I think raid probably would have been better there, but I'm not sure if it would have comboed at that height.
I totally agree, but there was not a lot of room for risks like that.
Yeah.
Just want to end the round, you know?
Oh, drops.
It's a sure thing.
Drops the Shadow Frenzy. Yeah, whiffing that burst there, pretty bad, but sets up some traps.
It will get him
Aegis?
go off, no less.
Yeah, Aegis can clear them by shooting the projectiles at them, but bullets are a limited resource, I guess, when traps aren't.
Yeah, that's true. If you're trading bullets for traps,
Yeah.
Not really a great exchange.
Fate counters at 0. Almost at 50 meter for Shadow Naoto.
Kyurjin gets his first hit now of the round.
Yeah. Ooh, mashes out.
Ooh.
No combo. Oh,
Still, Kyurjin's in Awakening. Anything could happen still. A little early with the furious action.
yeah, probably trying to read a jump in. Yeah. Ooh, mash out. Yeah, forces the burst because that combo might have just killed.
Ooh, just
Ducks
shy.
Yeah, goes for the insta kill, but does it
Whiffs
too
it,
late. Doesn't get
unfortunately.
it. Has another 50 meter. Are we gonna see a YOLO Homa? Just try to catch them doing something at full screen. Looks like they're gonna try to confirm into it. Oh, it doesn't quite get the real punish.
Not
there.
able to convert off that punish, unfortunately.
Yeah. Trying to anti-air though.
Kyurjin just moving in, but unfortunately gets hit by the furious action as soon as he does.
Yeah. That match almost going to time.
Yeah, 8
So-
seconds.
Yeah. Could have just tried to lame them out by timing them out with a higher health total. When you're a
Yeah,
zoner
it's-
with traps, you can just do that.
It's tricky to know when to do that, though, especially in a game that's quite as explosive as this one, where rounds normally go 30 seconds. It's not something you always consider.
Yeah.
But when it comes up, time is a resource. All right, we've seen both players start some adaptations. We go into round 3. I think that using the instant kill there, while it is very cool, is unfortunately probably not what you want to do to close out a round that close.
I mean, if they just confirmed it just a tiny bit earlier or off of
Oh, yeah.
certain other hits, it would have worked fine. Full combo?
I'm talking the first round when it actually did hit.
Yeah. But I mean, they built it back in the second round quite easily anyway. So, not quite punished
Kyurjin
for it,
playing
really.
a little bit more of a rushdown game here.
Yeah, getting a good bit of mileage out of it. Does shotgun to put them into fatal, or into a fear, making this next hit a fatal.
It was poison, actually.
Well, it was
Took a little bit of extra damage.
It was technically both, I think.
Oh, wild.
Yeah.
Does get the fate counters down to 0 here.
We'll run up throw, super, just kills.
And into the instant kill super.
yeah,
Again, Moon River not taking any chances, looking to close out these rounds before any
Yeah.
surprises happen.
yeah, against a character in Awakening with like a decent amount of health and a lot of meter, you know, just saying, hey, you know, get him next round.
Both players with an aggressive round start here.
Just keeps teching into the traps.
It helps that Moon River's done a really solid job getting those fate counters down to 0 too.
Yeah, just really puts the fear in your opponent when they get to very low fate counters. Oh, drops the combo there.
Drops the
Almost has
combo.
it.
Kyurjin rushing in for the punish and able to take the corner in the process.
Yeah. Dropping the combo again, but getting most of it that time. Fate counters at 0.
Raid gonna get those fate counters down to nothing.
Ooh. Doesn't go for Hamaoki.
Super just out of range again.
Yeah. According to Living Shadow in the chat, crouching makes it whiff, I guess.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Kind of like dive, I guess.
That makes
Yep.
sense. Another knowledge check for you.
And Move River just shooting the bullets at him.
One thing I do like is that when there is a knowledge check like that, you'll see an exclamation mark or some kind of indication that, hey, you blocked that wrong.
Hey,
Try
Hey,
again.
you did,
You can
hey, you
figure
did
them out
something
over time.
weird here. Yeah.
Yeah, you can figure them out over time. There are indicators. You just don't get them before the attack comes out.
Yeah.
All right, it is now 12-7. And it looks like our last match is going to be the Living Shadow versus Sego. Team Dark Horse has won the match, but the Region S employee is still looking to take whatever points they can.
Yep. I wonder if Saga is gonna stick with Adachi for this one, or go back to Yosuke. Because they said Adachi is the character that they like wanted to play, but like weren't sure about because they didn't think they were good enough yet. But just bringing it out in the last match worked out pretty well.
I think if you're equally skilled with both characters up against the Living Shadows kanji, I'd prefer Adachi personally.
Yeah, like
it's a lot less risk if you don't have to rush in.
Yeah, but I mean, Yosuke also does a very good job at just running away.
That's true. And those kunai.
He can't grab you if you're 5 miles up in the air throwing kunai at him and just air dashing around.
Ah, but that's the trick. Skill boosted dive still can.
It'll go up there.
It can.
But
it depends on the timing. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to grab you when you're in the air like that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure like the kunai, if properly timed, can just like catch the startup of the EX dive and just stop it from reaching.
It looks like in the chat that Moon River was informed by her team that you have to crouch hit. So that is the huge advantages of this team format.
Yep. Someone else can look up what you're getting hit by mid-match and just say, hey, they're doing this, do this to stop it, you know?
Knowledge OP.
Knowledge is OP.
Teamwork
makes the dream
work. Living Shadow versus Seigo. Adachi and Kanji.
Yep.
Final match of this first match between these two teams.
Yeah. The first match of the night.
Final set of the match, I should say.
Final set of the first match of tonight, you know? You just put so many words in front of it, you know?
Yeah. Look, we're gonna fight, cool? A lot of this one's gonna come down to how well the Living Shadow can get in, can use that shadow tackle we're seeing to really create the space necessary to move up and start the 50-50 situations.
Yep. Serial DP mashes out of the grab. And the DP getting red and just goes for D grab with the invuln.
Yeah, it turns out that furious action. Ooh. Okay.
But that's super
getting
I don't know
what's
DP.
gonna happen on some of these.
Yeah. It's all about the timing at which you do your invuln. Yeah, gets hit by the overhead. Ooh, text forward, DP's
the furious action.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Seigo does not get hit by the serious action because he got hit by the previous one and is still in shock state.
Yeah. Also, might not have known about the shock state preventing you from moving because they just like were standing still and just, you know, standing still. DP, run up, AAA.
Seigo playing a little bit more aggressively this time, but backing out just as Living Shadow starts the grab mix-ups.
Who goes for D move into overhead low mix-up.
Gets the big command grab.
Yep, command grabs for
again,
the DP.
The best response to that furious action is to just grab it.
Yeah, well, specifically Kanji's D grab has invuln, so
specifically that grab.
Yeah. Any other normal grab would probably just get punished, but, you know, D grab with the invuln, go through the first hit and grab them before the second hit happens.
All right, the Living Shadow takes game one.
Yeah, very clean.
Commanding victory.
Yeah, very clean there. Let's see if they can keep it up.
What a pain in the ass. I'll show you my manliness.
All right, both players sticking with their characters, but going for the color mix-up. Really throwing Seigo off his game here.
Yep.
It's throwing me off my game anyway.
Yeah. You know, I understand it. This game's got a lot of good colors. Unfortunately, I love color 23 too much to never not use it. Love me some color 23.
Just every character, just color 23. That's
Yeah,
the Velvet
basically.
Room one?
Yeah, Velvet Room colors.
Yeah, okay.
Usually paired with the yellow glasses and some sort of like gold colored persona. But let's get into
All right.
very offensive start with 2B into a 2C. Yeah, wake up invuln ground.
Seigo gets the command grab, but unfortunately so does the Living Shadow, which
Delay
one of
tech-
these two characters
Yeah.
does a lot more damage.
Yeah, delay tech DP, countering the D grab on his wake up, and then just gets hit by the dive. Yeah, another
The
D
Living
grab.
Shadows just not respecting that furious action at all.
Yep. Hey, just
You know,
saying, hey, I know you're doing this. I will throw
I'm
you
gonna
until
grab.
you stop.
Seigo gimmicked a few opponents with that, with a knowledge check, and Living Shadow's like, nope, I grab.
I'll
It's
gimmick
hard
you
to tell if
faster.
that's an adaptation or just grappler things.
It's definitely adaptation because Living Shadow, a very experienced grappler, knows how to use their grabs well and knows how to get like the most damage out of their reads.
Looks like Seigo's playing a little bit safer at range.
Yeah.
Not
Ooh,
entering the
matches this
kanji
time.
zone at all.
Ooh, doesn't know to duck
Unfortunately, that
that.
skill boosted skip the neutral button gets a lot of damage here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, DP this time. Just still hammering that DP button. Ooh, doesn't know about two.
Still able to
Wake up
attack
grab.
at full screen, but still gets the command grab.
Yeah, no. Yeah, does another grab. Gotta jump those. You can't always DP.
Turns out when your opponent has a response to it, well, it just doesn't work nearly as well.
Yeah.
Well played by both players still.
Yep. Living Shadow just getting a read on his opponent and just saying, I will make you die for it.
If it was anybody else, I'd be like, he's just running up and grabbing just because he wants to grab. But you know, there was some adaptation there. All right, that is it for this first match of the night with a 14-7 win for Team Dark Horse over 3 Jeunesse employees.